started a live video. I just got a notification.
Here we go.
Hockeytown celebrated 3 championships in 7 years, and rarely has someone so tough played so pivotal a part.
McCarty draws. McCarty in. McCarty scores! A magnificent goal! Darren McCarty! Show that play. Lariano. Shanahan. He scores! The Red Wings have defeated Colorado. Darren McCarty. Here's a break at center. McCarty. Off wall. McCarty scores! Darren McCarty!
Here's Volpe and McCarty in. McCarty scores!
I love you, but you're a mess.
I am a mess. I'm a work in progress, I guess you could say. Oh, Tom, you're not going to be happy tonight then with this work in progress because it is a Wednesday night. This Wednesday, October 30th, 7:34 p.m. This is Grind Time with Darren McCarty. Yes, I'm your host, Darren McCarty, and this is episode 46. And I don't have a 46 reference to my co-host.
Double 23.
No, well, there you go. That'll bring it into that. But I'm going to wish my cousin, one of my really close to the brother, it's his 48th birthday today, Chadwick Cowan. Happy birthday, bro, in your honor. Again, joined as always by my co-host, Perry Vellucci, producer and engineer, Mike McCool. Thanks, as always, to Radio for One Studios, where we broadcast, home of the Detroit Cast, and J. Chris Newberg's Heroin has a new publicist. You know, you can catch Detroit Cast Sunday to Thursday on anywhere you can catch podcasts, but here for Radio One Studios. And as Perry said, 223s. Why is that so special tonight? Because this is huge. I welcome in and thank you. This is a huge honor, but Mr. Willie Horton, the number 23 original back in the day for the Detroit Tigers. Willie's brought to us tonight by the Jeffrey Group and Rhonda Monet of Gold Star Mortgage. Our friends at Jeffrey Group of America Integrity and Rhonda Monet of Gold Star Mortgage have been opening more doors for home buyers for years. What's their secret in this fierce and competitive market? They combine decades of experience, unmatched local expertise, and a passion for delivering exceptional ethical service. Their customers become family, so going the extra mile has become their norm. Call Jeffrey Kavanaugh at 734-306-9027 today and experience the difference the right team of professionals can make. Gold Star Mortgage is an equal opportunity lender, NMLS number 3446. Mr. Willie Horton, it's so apropos to have you in now, as on the TV there, where we have in 2019 a Game 7 in the Major League Baseball tonight with the Washington Nationals, who are trying to make history by winning their first title, and they've been around for a long time, against the Houston Astros. How are you doing, sir?
Well,
Thank you for joining us.
I'm doing fine, and tonight, no tomorrow.
Well, and you know what? You know much about that. Obviously, a lot of the history with the '68 Tigers. But can you go back? I know it's 51 years ago. I was thinking about that today, and that's unbelievable. Not only the time fly, but do you remember before the game or the day of the game? Can you go through the day a little bit?
That 7th game got us there to the 5th game.
Right.
That's when I threw Luke Brock out at home plate, and that was the turning point.
Absolutely.
Of the World Series, and we came back and won 3 in a row. We was down 3-1.
Down 3-1. And, we do. Everybody remembers you threw Lou Brock out from left field. Can your perspective, because I always I go around telling my perspective of scoring my Stanley Cup clinching goal. But do you remember the play, or how much of the play do you remember?
Well, it's to me, as I look back, it was 2 plays in one. Must keep the guy off second. Who was pitching, who was hitting, all that go in one. And being in the right position at the right time, doing my job, come in and hit Coyote in the nose. If Bill Freehead didn't see the guy break his stride, he would let the ball go to second, but he broke his stride. And the key to the play was Luke Brock picked up bad habits from the All-Star break, because he brought base stealing back in the game.
Right.
And we picked up in the reports that when he's on first base, go around the second, drift into third. he did the same thing he did at home plate. The guy on the deck, they not there to help him slide. The coach didn't help him. That's Luke Brock running. And I think from him being successful, we picked it up, his mistake, and we make the right throw. And Bill Freehan saw it in front of him, cut it off, let it come through, and we got him at home plate. So
You got that one up there, Mike? Show up.
I certainly do.
Yeah, here. I take a look because I can't get sick and tired of looking at this, and you must not get tired of looking at
but I
this.
tell you, my grandbabies and great grandbabies look at it now.
I love.
That's awesome.
I like. Which, speaking of that, as we pull this up, you're the youngest of 21 kids.
21. I'm the last boy at 11. I got one sister and 10. So many great memories. You know, I'm born in late in my parents' life, and my sister and brothers more like parents.
Right.
My nieces and nephews like my brothers and sisters.
Right.
So I've been very fortunate, and last time I counted my nieces and nephews was 178.
So how many children did you end up having?
Well, we had 7. We lost the oldest daughter about 4 or 5 years ago.
Sorry.
And then we got, right now, we got 21 grand.
I love it. The more Willie Horton blood
And then how many
in this
grandkids?
world.
Or great?
We got 22 great.
Oh, man.
And 2 great.
See, that's you know what,
45.
but the great thing about it, and not only because of the the athletic ability and being able to have the World Series and to bring it back in '68 after going through the riots of '67. I was doing a little bit of research and I'd seen, and man, you were a buff dude, man, back in the day. But I saw that there was one, and I don't know if you can explain about it. There was you were doing an interview with gal from Channel 7, and it looked like it was outside of Tiger Stadium, but the smoke was as you're doing the interview, you were inhaling, like it was like reality had set in. Can you? I don't know how the best way, but I think that the people nowadays, and I was born in 1972, and even though I grew up, Tigers were my number one. I grew up across the border. What is it? I think like an education or something from Willie Horton's perspective.
What it is, like about the riots. I did the interview. I was out there, but we had a doubleheader that day, and playing the Yankees. I think I hit a home run the first game. Second game, he came out and called the game off, said we got to go home for our safety. That's what you mean. And they said it was a riot start on 12th Street. Only thing I remember going in the clubhouse, get my duffel bag, then take a shower and just put my street clothes in there and then got in my car and went in the middle of the riot and tried to bring some calm to the people.
And how did that?
Well, I kept going back there, and not think about go back many years. I know everybody's worrying about Willie Horton getting
Right.
hurt. And but from the riot, I got totally involved beyond the field and getting involved with the city and other things not only Detroit, across the country. And so, but it's just something that I think I preach right today. We need to get our churches and schools back together so we have a community back. And I think I learned it from that and how I was raised in our community. I came up in a hard time during the racial time. 5 years with the Tiger was very tough. But I think each one of them steps made a better person out of me. Thanks to Hank Greenberry, got me involved with Jackie Robinson. They treated the Jew worse than they did the black. And,
Really?
From a walk, it's going to spring training in Lakeland.
Yeah.
Had a walk from downtown Lakeland, and I didn't know I couldn't ride a taxi. So, but that walk, to me, is the best walk in my whole life, but I go to that walk because it took me through Ernie Harwell, take me on Sunday, having dinner at his home in Clearwater, and then introduced me to George Kell. They introduced me to Hank Greenberry, and to Bob Hope. I'm still working with military bases as I speak, and be going down there next Wednesday for the weekend, the graduation. And that's been going on from that walk. But, and I think you as an athlete, and what make a great athlete, because you have humanity, people around you, you play for the fans.
Absolutely.
And I think best commitment I made my dad in my life when I was 17, he grabbed my wrist and said, don't sign that contract unless you make a commitment that your life belongs to the fans and responsibility of my job, and I live through it. So I think that's what team sports come all about. We all learn our lane, what part we play, and I think there's some things I like to see us get back to that. You go out there, it's about the W. And sometimes you lose, sometimes you lose don't mean you lose everything, you lose hope, but it's how you lose.
Yeah.
And I think it's how you brought up in life. And I was telling a young man earlier before we came to down here that I think you live for a moment as an athlete. One moment you train ever since you're a little boy from little leg all the way up. Mm-hmm. And my moment, like you had a moment in hockey. You could know certain area, but they can't stop you.
Right.
I know certain things I wanted. I like when 2 outs, 2 men out, in the ninth inning, man at second, me and the pitcher go at it. That's what you live for. And that's what you say thanks to your coaches all through your life. You train your mind for that, but you understand you do other things. From that moment, teach you about the we concept, revenue, and I know how to bunt, I know how to hit and run, because I play for the W. And everybody think Willie Orton trying to swing for the fence. But you give me a hole, and we get one run down, I'm going to put that ball over there.
Yeah, you'd explained to me, and our relationship, I'm blessed on it, is you've been around and we've been able to do different things throughout the years. But you would always say that every strikeout or every plate appearance, sometimes you strike out, but you had the guy set up for your next at bat. You couldn't get up there fast enough because you knew. Can you explain to the baseball fan or the non-baseball athlete about, because we watch all these pitchers these days throwing, and they probably threw as hard back then.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Absolutely. But what you're looking for and sort of the art, because you were a professional hitter, right?
But to me, I think the key to hitting, knowing who you are and knowing what type of hitter you are and knowing when I said what lane you stay in as a team sport. But to me, hitting don't start till you learn about home plate. See, my dad always said never go in nobody's neighborhood and tell them what to do until you learn what to eat. So I learned how to take care of home plate. So home plate before I even think about the pitcher, home plate is a reason for that plate. It's a reason for the line. You should move around. Now I learned that, take care here, then I went into the pitcher. Every pitcher got a success zone. Every success pitcher ain't going to change. I can come out of my mind right, say, Catfish Shaw, and I talk about him a lot.
Yeah, Hall of Famer.
My whole life, he pitched me here on my butt. Here on my butt. Simple as that. When he had trouble, I watched him move on the rubber. So you understand them things.
So
you watch all of that. But see, hitting home plate moves, son.
Yeah.
Home plate move in the game, move to the pitcher zone. See, a lot of people back here say, well, let the ball go deep. There's been another man dugout.
Yeah. What?
So
they're talking now, and they've done it in the minors where they've implemented, because you now that they have the Fox strike zone where us as fans can watch pitches and you see umpire his strike zone. I'm some guys call higher strikes.
Exactly.
That's up to the player to learn. But what do you think about the automatic robotic?
Well, I don't think it's taking too much human out of it. Because I know as a hitter, as I grow in professional sport, when I got older in life in my career on younger teams, I had to learn how to hit balls. So that's when I'm saying home plate come important. I make balls look like strike,
right.
Especially when I came out of retirement, went to Seattle. They used to pitch around me all the time, but I took balls and made them look strike.
Okay.
And I think that's what the game is getting to. I think we too much into all the high tech, which is good. I had to learn all these things.
Right.
Information, you take that and you add to your own ability. But, to me in life, you don't put technology before knowledge. You got to adjust to that. 'Cause each player got to grow to have a good foundation where you have good decision skills, you make better choices, and you know how to correct things. And I tell people, in life, there's two things in life I go by. Either you do right or you do wrong. There's no other thing. They said, go talk to this young man, but what you say? No, well, ain't no different than right and wrong. So it's how you prepare yourself. So when I played, when I left home in the afternoon or on the road, the game is already programmed. I go out there and enjoy the fans. Enjoy the fan gave me the inner strength when I needed. Enjoy the fan brought me out of retirement, played 3 more years. And I'm saying that's the enjoyment you got to learn, but it is you learn to respect the other side, the track. the other players. You know, I remember one time in spring training, I might have told my agent Mark about it. Well, I ain't gonna say about the particular ball player. We was in spring training on
He
the
must
way.
be still alive.
We was on the way up, played the Phillies over in Clearwater, and I saw him up there praying for a base hit. I said, "What you doing?" "I got to get some hits." "What you mean?" I said, "You know what? That God loved that pitcher too. We ain't gonna never be out of here." So, you know, them the things that I always went out and prayed for. We both have energy free.
Right.
And as an athlete, and that's what you did. That's what made you what you are. And people don't say greatness just don't happen. Greatness comes from respect others. And others you learn. I remember as a kid, Gordie Howard, I used to watch him from walking from school, from Northwestern School. He used to leave the door open at the Olympian every day. I know he had to know we looking in there, because he leave the door, and he go down that court, and you hear him bang right into the walls, and you look down and we think he hitting something. He be running into walls, and that's what made this man great. I seen this a kid in junior high school walking from school between the Olympian and this man in that gym, nobody but him. At first, we didn't know. Thought it was other players in there. Nobody else in there. He running against no walls. And that's what, and like yourself, son, you take it to another level. Like Norm Cash, that type of player.
Right.
I used to call Norm Cash Marlboro type ball player. They say he live hard, but he know his game. He bring the game to you every day.
Different and a different. I think that's the one thing too, is that the society was different, and to grow. So was that so when you were in the riots within the people and stuff? Would that be when you had this realization of maybe the first time about how much more, more than the game, the people? Because the one thing that I found in my journey is the people are my power. I call myself, I'm a battery. And I go out and whatever I'm doing to reach out, because it's that connection that I have. And I don't know what it is, and I don't go in expecting anything. And sometimes it's really funny and really great, and sometimes it's really sad.
Sad.
But it's that connection that I guess the one thing is following to understand that it was. So I guess I want to bring the correlation to after doing that into 68, because like you said, it wasn't easy. You guys were down 3-1, but you never lost the focus or the fundamentals or the belief in each other.
Well, let me say one thing. How many people played with the Two Killers operation?
The Two Killers.
Had 2 operations.
Oh.
Second time,
Achilles,
fourth year, they said I'd never play no more. I played 14 more years. That's what the fan give you strength to do that.
I agree 100%.
I mean, it's unreal. Nobody can take that but him upstairs.
No, exactly. And then that correlates a lot with winning the last Cup in 08 for me coming back and the perseverance. And I guess that, the one thing that I always love about you, Willie, is it's not right or wrong. It's black or white, and you don't pull any punches, right? So, and in this day and age, how have you found the right ingredient? Because I'm still trying to search to communicate without being too old school, so to speak. Because we grew and I grew up raised by your generation and even in between, so it was done different. Like, I mean, I got beat once. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, the reality is, I'm looking, I guess I ask people.
Well, I think through life, to me, is where you start. I think it starts from your parents. And I was very fortunate my parents put me in Judge Keefham when I was 13 years old. From what he taught me in between the time 13 I signed at 17, I don't think an 8-year college could have gave me. And I think from the experience of other connection with people, then the last 25 years, I think, put icing on my life, being around Mr. Ilitch.
Yeah.
This man so wisdom and wise.
Is it? Yeah.
Oh, man.
Let's talk about him for a minute, because he was the great, and that's the whole thing as far as I've always had the Red Wing family, and it always starts at Mr. and Mrs. Ilitch, no matter ups, downs, or whatever, but because he Mr. Illich, and I always loved it because he always used to, when he see me, say, "Oh, there's my Rocky. There's my Rocky."
yeah.
You know, but his passion for life and for people. Can you explain? 'Cause
But
you
I tell you, my experience with him, to go back to Gary Vito.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Love Gary
And,
Vito.
and we used to walk from Warren down to the ballpark through the neighborhoods.
Wow.
We do go down Wolford, the same thing. We walked through all the neighborhood through the years when I was younger and he was younger. He always want feedback from the people. And Mr. Elliott always feel that people sometimes feel like they left out when they help you get something.
Yeah.
And he always want the feedback. We walk around the ballpark. And I still walk around the ballpark, walk through the stands. And one day we stopped in front of the Masonic Temple. He told me and Gary, the guy over there was drinking. He said, "What's the difference in that guy and us three?" He said, "What?" He said, "We all God's children, some of us fortunate than others." He said, "But don't ever forget, there's no such word that you do or give to anybody too much. And y'all take that and y'all grow by that." But me, from that experience, them talk, going through the community, I remember one of my older sisters, she passed. She gone to her grave, think that when none of Mike Illich went in the senior building, talked to all the seniors. She, to this day, she gone ahead. But she didn't think, that, why you keep telling me that?
Right.
But that's the type of man he was, and he see things that other people don't see. I mean, I've been around him and George Steinbrenner the same way.
Right.
Charlie Finley the same way. Their vision about life is 10 years, 15 years, and they advance another. You know, his vision that I see going on downtown now, I love it.
Isn't it amazing?
Because I've been in meetings when he talk about this.
Yeah.
I'm seeing all of this reborn.
What can you, because this is like the beginning, and to have people come in, who was I talking to about Campus Marshes and about just everything going with the stadiums and downtown and how people, and I walk around Joe Louis, I walk around Little Caesars, and the one thing that I get feedback about the Red Wings team is that they're fun to watch. They play hard. You know, they're learning, and to be able to say that's where the culture starts.
That's just what it's all about, son. And you learn that being around people like him. See,
Yeah.
he's a homegrown boy.
Right.
And so he understands that hard working together. But every time you look, when we have a problem in our city through the years of history, when our sports team pick them up.
Yeah.
And what our sports team teach you how fans should grow together. I remember through 6 days.
It don't
Well,
matter
see,
what you are.
No,
What,
in 1968, people don't realize the newspaper was on the strike the whole year. 1968, we didn't have no paper.
really?
We had Ernie Harwell voice.
You might have to explain. Newspaper out there to all you millennials. That's the thing that used to come, and they used to print it out, and it'd be on your door and stuff.
Yeah, Ernie Harwell and that voice make you feel that when I growed up, I want to meet the people he talk about at the ballpark.
Hey,
God,
you know what it
man.
took me? Listen, because I grew up listening to him too. It wasn't until somebody told me in like 2000, because I was like, how does he know everybody in the park?
Oh, man.
And all these places, but I never would have heard
Guy
these.
from Pawpaw.
Oh, yeah, like Toski, like this. Oh, and a grab and the foul. Wow, he knows every. But that was growing up, and that's what made you want to be a part of it. And that's like for me, and Perry was explaining that he was 7 years old. Tell the story. You went to the World Series in '68.
My 7th birthday
He
game.
was showing me his stamps a while ago.
Yeah, my 7th birthday, game 4.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom let me go, so my dad took me, and we were in the stands, and it was a rainy day, and fortunately I was excited because Gibson and McLean.
McLean, yes.
Unfortunately, we lost 10-1, and I remember, Northrop hit the one out to right field, and we lost 10-1. But I want to go back real quick. You were talking about being prepared and how you couldn't wait
Right.
to have the guy on second base in 2 outs. In Game 7, scores 0-0, 7th inning. Norm Cash, 2 outs, hits a single to right field. Willie comes up, 2 outs, and he said, "You said you can pick a spot." Hits a ground ball single through the hole, and
That's how you start things.
that's what
You pick up each other. See, a lot of people don't understand that scoreboard tell you everything you do at a plate. After the game started, that scoreboard tell me my approach at the plate.
Okay, explain
In-
that.
Well, what it does is tell me my setup into the pitcher zone, into the umpire. You learn to put all that together. Say Fergie Jenkins,
Yeah.
Miller played out. I had to learn how to hit this ball this much outside. So in my mind, I had to take the rear, because we believe the rear got to incorporate to the front. So I make sure the rear can take care of that much outside. So from that, you grow. The umpire going to give him that. He's sitting with him.
Right.
Ball's down the middle of the plate, probably call a ball.
Right. You see that sometimes watching a game when a
Exactly.
guy gets
They
crossed
human.
up and he throws it down the middle and misses the target, but it's over the plate and the guy ball because it was shaped out. Yeah.
And I tell people that. I said, but you got to learn. I tell hitters that. It's the combination you knowing your job, learning the pitcher, and learning the umpire. The umpire can make you or break you. I never got put out of a game. I know I know what to say, when not to say.
I agree with you.
And I learned it from Nestor Charlotte, one of the old umpires. And
Oh, yeah.
He explained that to me as a rookie. He said, we gonna run in some long years with me and you may have some bumps in the road. But I won't ever want you to look at me twice. He said, because you can get a rest for the rest of the game. So I'm learning this.
Yeah.
But Lester taught me how to educate myself towards other umps.
Absolutely.
Knowing their style, knowing what they do, knowing high ball, low ball. And I think pitchers pitched according to that.
Right.
Gaylord Perry never say you have an umpire like Wrigley. He was a high ball ump.
Yeah.
But Gaylord Perry was a good sinker ball. And see, everybody said Gaylord throwing a spitter all the time.
Right.
And always in my mind, I always put him in the sinker ball.
Okay.
I make a adjust to him, move up, have a certain zone I'm gonna swing at. You don't, I spit at it. I never have problem as him. Most guys like Gaylord, Louis Tion, they outpitch here on all these young players.
Right.
Everybody start looking for this.
Yeah.
They just ease it right by them. Come on back up here, son.
And then they don't try to do it to the old veteran.
No, because you don't.
They might do it once and then never get it again.
But see, I was fortunate. I came up in the era that I was around guys like Norm Cash, Colavita, Gates Brown, K-Line, and all these guys. They taught me, son.
See, you talk about your team like I talk about my team. As far as what learn, when you bring up those guys, they're like my Eisermans and
Yeah.
Shanahans and Lidstroms and Larionov.
Exactly.
And it's what you learn about you as a person and the growth of that. If you mentioned about all these little intricacies to be a great hitter is to know the umps, and we used to have a guy named Bill McCreary that
Okay.
you would never ever swear around. Like you could Mr. McCreary like this, and then other guys you could have a conversation and get heated and whatever, but out of respect. But you had to know what the fine line is. Back to the hitting though. JD Martinez, and I know that he does it. He's well documented in having a notebook,
Right.
and that has to, I'm thinking, play a huge role in the psyche and
Well,
the
his
mentality.
notebook is like my book I used to do, but not on his bench. I used to write it down at night.
So you'd have to remember.
So what I did, I have it here, but these guys take things there on the bench. I think it takes something from them watching out here.
Right.
You got to keep your eye in the game. Go back to JD, that when we got him from Houston.
Yeah.
And he came up to me and said, "You don't know me, Mr. Horton, do you? That's what you're talking about." Tell you the type of man he is. He made me remind me when he was 9 years old, down in Miami at a hitting school. Casanova used to catch with the old Washington senator, had
Yeah.
a hitting school, and he had his mom and them cook me some Spanish food.
No way.
And that tell you what type of person he is.
I love it.
Right
Wow.
there.
That's what that
he-
makes you. That's like everything
Yeah.
you see. Those are the guys that you root for.
Smart man.
Smart.
Headed. And I tell you, and you watch him how he go about his business. Just think where he came from. At the time, they didn't understand his development with Houston.
Right.
And he went on excel way a bit beyond Houston.
Right. Exactly.
This guy one of your top 5 hitters. out there.
Absolutely. Now,
And-
do you find more so these days? Because if we're talking hockey, and I'm going to correlate it, I can say that absolutely the talent, the speed, everything, the game is so much better, entertaining, but the hockey sense and the things that they learn growing up do you see the same things
It's
in
the
the
same
game
thing
today?
in baseball. You got to have that instinct. See, you got to have a feel. I think
Well, you mentioned this. See, and you say feel. I say fear, right? Because in our game, you knew that you did something wrong. Somebody's going to answer it. You tell me all the time that you're going to get knocked down at least 20 times a year.
I'm gonna get it.
You're going to get it, and it's just sort of like you're walking up to the plate.
Well,
knowing
you
when
know
you're
this
gonna
stuff
get
I
it.
seen yesterday.
Yeah.
Got
Oh,
carried-
the
Boy, turn the bat to the.
is that worse than a bat flip?
Woo, baby, I'll tell you. But I'll tell you what. You bat in front of me. You had a good day. I got to get punished. And you
Right.
taking the bat.
Does
I
that
tell-
carry over to the room?
Well, I tell you, Doc Ellis, he got traded one year, and I hit a home run off in the last day, second to last day of the season. I think he was in Texas. He took me, my wife, and 2 girls to dinner and said, "Well, you owe me one." What you talking about? He said, "You looked at it too long." Look at what? I didn't pay no attention to it. So
You looked at it too long.
in the wintertime, he got traded to the Yankees. And I forgot all
Yeah,
about it.
absolutely.
So in spring
You're just
training,
thinking, hey, that's Buddy. He got me dinner. I wonder how his daughters are doing.
Exactly.
The wife, everything else.
in spring training, we had the 5th game of spring training, kind of faking, I forgot it. He got me right here. Said we even, but so I'm saying them the things that's part of the game. It's like I used to get upset with myself if I don't get dust down because I think I ain't doing my job.
You're not the valuable in it, right?
Exactly.
You're not. You're coming up behind.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Not throwing at me.
Said I'm saying now I got to work. I said, well, it used to wake me up.
Yeah.
And turn on. I said,
Don't-
man, I know for a couple of weeks I ain't been down on the ground. Something is wrong.
How long did that take you to realize? As a player, you learn different things as you go along. Now, did the '68 championship, because of the resilience, because of everything you guys went through?
But it helped us. We all came through Tiger Town 1 to 3 years apart as kids.
That's awesome.
And we protect each other. Pitchers protect us, and we protect the pitcher.
So yeah, you guys were like, it wasn't put together. You know what I
didn't-
mean? Like you guys like were invested in each
Well,
other.
they didn't have free agency.
No.
when
No, I didn't have to go to Lowell's. Somebody got me. Lowell's, I didn't go run my mouth, go to him. About a day later, he make it up.
Yeah.
So I'm saying,
Yeah.
they,
You took care of your own.
That's how you do things. The same way in the clubhouse, that we done had many meetings. We tell the coaches, man, to go ahead.
Yeah, players only.
We take care of that. And I think that's what I like to see players get back, that nest. Like, that helped us. What we did, we linked it over to the Red Wings,
Yeah.
Piston, and we knowed each other.
Yeah, that's-
The line. We was all as a family in the community all the time. I understand some of the dangerous things going on in the world now, and they kind of pushed away from the fans, but you got to accept the fan. They ain't gonna have the enjoyment with the fan you and I have, son.
Right.
Because there's so much thing going on in the world. It's unfair.
Right.
I remember years ago I was at Pal, and I came to Steve Eisman, got
Yep.
involved with me here
Yep.
on in Cecil Fielder.
Yeah.
And then I asked Lou Willard and a few guys, Alan. And I understand because now you go out and you fear your life. Where you and I, we used to go in the drugstore, go to barber shop, whatever.
Yeah.
Go up and have a popsicle with them.
Yeah.
You know, like myself, I stayed in fans' home on the road. I had dinner and lunch with fans.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just part of me.
That's the way you and I are, bro.
So them days it's unfair. Like right now we got homeless security, have meetings all the time.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things going that is unfair, that they ain't gonna have the enjoyment that you and I have, or Al Kaline or Gates Brown.
But
or
do you
Cat.
know what? I hear you talk about that, but you went through the race riots, and you went through being told you couldn't have a sandwich at a
Well-
plate. You went through all that stuff. To
Well,
me,
what
that's,
helps you get through that, guys like Mickey Stanley.
Okay.
Because Mickey and I came up as kids.
Right.
He got me where I got in integration more because why we can't do things together. We play on the same team. like in Henley Field years ago in Florida, we walked to see the big league play a game. They told me I had to go in the corner and Mickey could go sit where he wanted to. We walked back to Tiger Town.
Yeah.
So the next year, I was in the big league.
Yeah.
So I went to the same usher and I said, now, what position you want me to play out there? He forgot all about it, but I did that for a reason that I'm the same guy
Yeah.
that you told me to go sit in the corner.
Yeah.
Now, what position you want me to play?
I love
it.
But I'm saying Stanley helped me.
Good.
I remember one time in Asheville, North Carolina, I called Squirrely Stanley, one of the best center field out in my time, the Tiger ever had. That it'd be late at night. They used to drop me off on the highway. And I had to walk up a dark street. And this night was up extra inning game. He walked with me. We get to the Black Hotel. They wouldn't give him a room. So we stayed in the lobby. We slept in the lobby.
Wow.
Things like that what makes you get involved because he helped me and forced me to get more why.
Right.
I remember calling my dad home when I left home, and I asked Papa, I said, I don't understand what's going on. He said, what you mean? I said, well, it's black here, white here, this and that. And I said, but do I supposed to stop loving my grandmother? Your mom is white. I'm confused. He said, what? I said, I love my grandma.
Right.
But I was supposed to stop loving her. And I never forget that. And from that, I learned to grow with that. I learned to understand what life is. It takes time to get things done. Just give it to the young people and let them embrace each other. They'll work it out.
And keep. I think that it's continue to be prudent in the truth. You know, like the word, like you and I. The one thing about you know yourself, Ted Lindsay, it's like don't ask him a question or don't sort of be around if you don't want the truth. You know, like, and I think that's it's okay. You know, like it's too much entitlement, but it's through communication, and I think that what we're seeing or what I'm seeing is people understanding that they can have more choice in their life, right? There's more options. Doesn't have to be this way because we could talk about it and try to make it better.
I think all that goes in is the time of generation. I think myself, having kids, different generation, helped me adopt to the modern generation.
That's a great analogy.
And I think I have a good relationship with modern players because I played in 3 different generations and I had children.
Yeah.
Come through that. Like my youngest daughter, I tease my wife. I said, did we ever pick up the wrong baby? She's different from all the other 6 kids.
Right.
I mean, she's different. You tell Gail go out this door, she go out this one.
Right.
But I'm saying each one of them kids taught me how to cope with people because we had to get the same out of all of them.
Right.
But we learned how to adjust and make it work.
Right.
And I think that helped me in where I'm at today.
Yeah.
It helped me when I travel. I have a relationship with younger players. I remember I was coaching in Oakland, and one of these guys was telling the ownership that I'm preaching religion. There's nothing wrong with that, but I wasn't preaching religion, but I'm just preaching the way I learned how we do things together.
Absolutely.
You know, and I think that's what the world is, so suspicious.
So scared.
Scared of what?
You know, right, exactly.
And
Scared of what? You know,
all you want is being fair.
Yeah.
All you saying one word, fair.
Fair.
That's all.
You know, Mick, so Darren played for probably the greatest hockey manager, you know, with 9
coach.
Stanley coach. Now, I got a question for you. So your manager, Mayo Smith, and I don't know if you guys know this, Mac, but back in the 68 World Series, and he was talking about Mickey Stanley. The outfield was
he played
Willie
short.
left, Mickey in center, and Alan right, but they wanted Jim Northrup's bat in the lineup, and they moved Mickey to short. What was the
What
sense of
happened
feeling
to
for
that?
that?
What happened in that is through the summer, Al was having one of them years that he having bad luck. Every time he get in, he get hurt. And thanks to Eddie Matthews, because we couldn't go to Bell and tell him, let the young guys go at it. Eddie said, well, I would do it because Eddie's right there with Al.
Yeah.
Now, so he got us where we played together, but after we won, and we sat, and I'll never forget, me and Stanley, we was in Milwaukee or Cleveland when they played. We were sitting talking to Jim North, we called it Gray Fox. I said, and so Gray Fox, he always gonna have something to say. So he made Stanley. He said, "Well, let's figure out how we can get Al in there." And then Gray Fox, Sweet Lips, we call him. He told he told Mick, I said, "Well, damn, you know you ain't gonna play. I already checked those pitches." He said, "What the hell are you talking about?" So, but anyway, we sat there and we went to hitting coach, Wally Moon, and said, "Go to Mel and let him have a meeting." Said, "This is what was going to happen, but let Mel do it his own way."
Yeah.
So we met in Washington, D.C., and so Mel come out with his chest talking to the whole team. Well, I decided I'm bring Stanley in, but Stanley was the best athlete on the team.
Right.
Bring him in, play short, and give Al a chance, play. Been with the Tiger all these years. So then he looked at Ray All. He said, "Well, you don't hit anyway." I mean, he messed up the whole thing.
Right.
But Mel Smith, probably one of the winners manager in baseball. I always say, I wish we had a Billy Martin them last 2 years after we won, because we didn't get hungry the next year to maybe too much left in the season. Then we almost cut Baltimore.
Yeah.
But we came out the gate, because I think we had a dynasty team. We should have been in 3 World Series, easy.
Yeah.
And we taught other teams to be in the World Series. We taught Oakland to be in the World Series. And I think Oakland went on, got the name Dynasty, but Oakland couldn't touch us. I mean, it's no way they could touch us. We saw all them kids grow from Kansas City. Mm-hmm. And we never forget that. And I respect Mr. Finley, made him move to Oakland because they want him to get rid of all them young players, Money, Reggie, and all of them. I'm going to keep my team. He moved to Oakland. And we saw what they went through, and they came, that dynasty. But if we had a Billy Barton, Charlie Dressen, somebody would say, "Well, you guys got to stay hungry." They because we were still in a young team.
Right.
And the Mel looked at us we all grown men. We should know our responsibility and kind of let us go by ourselves, They never mess with us, nobody. And we had a 20-game losing streak come back in 69, and the owner came and had a meeting with us, and that's when we start winning again. So, but I'm saying it's the combination of your chemistry what makes everything. And we had a very, very good bench. We as regular said we was fortunate because the bench could play regular too, and I think that's the reason they felt the same way, and that's the reason everybody stayed on clue. Because we always said, "Well, I'm very lucky. Dirk might, if I'm not here, he'd be out there."
Yeah.
And I think when he said, "Now I got to stay ready if something happened to Willie." And so we was picking up each other. But it all started from Tiger Town.
That's funny. That's funny that you said that about the motivation the next year. Because I go back to us, and you look at '97. We had the accident, so we didn't have a choice but to, with Konstantinov, that we didn't get. It was almost like we needed to win to be able to celebrate both for everything else. How life sort of got in the way of that. But it's it's your bench. It's everybody. You talk more about the guys that are in and around it because it's what makes the engine go.
But I talk about unsung heroes.
Unsung heroes.
You don't even talk about. Them guys got us there. I think about Jake Wood. I think about Hank Aguirre. Them guys helped us put all them things together. Then with here, people came in, took across. They all part of that winning. And I know I tell our organization right now, and Mark's sitting right, unsung heroes. That's the thing we want.
Yeah, that's what's going to win it tonight.
Well, I tell you that tonight,
we're talking about the World Series Game 7.
Yeah, Justin was my man last night, and
I know.
The other guy was my man tonight. We all came.
And Scherzer, yeah.
But this thing about all the World Series team and the playoff team, we had some of our players on it from the Tigers.
I know. You're going to be proud of that.
That's a great dog, man. I tell our minor league coaches, hey, man, don't keep your head up.
You're making pro players. You're making pro players playing for titles. Speaking of that, also speaking about top professionals in the hair quality business, Miracle Flow, the only hair care products for guys with majestic flow and those who want it. Miracle Flow is specially formulated for athletes with longer hair to help rejuvenate the flow after the beating it takes in your sweaty helmet. Miracle Flow makes products for guys with flow by guys with flow. Shampoo is used in all major sports, Division I athletics, and more. Remember, Miracle Flow, it's not just a hairstyle, it's a lifestyle. It's rocking. It's in the picture of me and Stevie last night that I posted, and it was looking good. Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, I was like,
But I tell you, I enjoyed this. I'm gonna come back, you guys.
You're
that's
always
great.
You gotta,
That's great.
You got to open.
Oh,
hey, I'll boot Perry out of here.
Oh,
You
man.
can co-host this thing.
No, I'll just switch shares.
There you go.
But I tell you, this is beautiful. I'm so proud of what you're doing, young man.
Well, I think that one of the things, but it's how, and you preach it, and it's sort of like Ted, but it's like we learned. So I learned from that generation and want to pass it forward, but I'm still learning. You know what I'm saying? And is there any advice?
Well, I think what keeps me going is the fans. That's what motivates me. I'm still enjoying the game much as I did there. I just not play, but the fans would motivate me, and I played for them. And that, I get up now, and it's challenge to me seeing one kid open the door for another kid.
Yeah.
And what that does, that's come back passing off knowledge that you got from other people.
Yeah.
See, Willie Horton, yeah, I wouldn't hear, but it's a combination of so many people in me. Got me to there.
Absolutely.
And so that's the way I look at it, And I think it's there for you. And I'm so proud. I was telling Mark a couple of weeks ago, I said, boy, this young man, I'm so proud of him. Because I'm watching down at the Little Caesar tonight.
Yeah.
How you embrace around people.
I love it. It's like
and a lot of people don't have that.
Right, but you get it, and I think that's like our connection is because it's the thing is that that's who we are. That I'm not. I try to just live the way that I am, and I think people really appreciate that about you and that about me is that not only we are what you see on. We're just Willie and Darren 24 hours a day. Now, the one thing that do you mind? Because you told me the story, but recently you had a health scare and you almost left us.
Oh well, it's about
like how long ago?
It's about 4 years ago.
Okay, so 4 years ago, but just where the perspective or self-awareness or what that did to almost.
Well, it give you a new outlook at life.
Did it give you?
Well, you know what, Derek. They brought me back down to Florida last year at the Heart Association for an event.
Right.
And I told them my vision, my dream, because I went through this Coke Blue.
Right.
And I could see the doctor, them all working on me. I can see my wife, my children, all in the room. And I'm telling them, it's like I'm seeing all this happen.
Like an out-of-body experience?
Yeah.
You're watching it.
Yeah, I'm watching everything. And then, this one doctor shook my wife's hand and said, well, Miss Horn, you got a good hand, so I'm going to hang with him one more day, because they want to stop hitting me with the machines.
Right.
She said, I'm going to hang with you. And I came out of it.
Wow.
And I had an opportunity this past summer to tell it to the Heart Association organization in Florida they brought me back to. That it's like, I wasn't hurting, never pain. To me, I thought it happened on my back porch. My wife said it happened in the hospital. I go get the checkup. I thought I was on my back porch.
Really?
And but I'm saying it's like I'm looking down at all of this. I'm seeing my baby girl in the room 8 hours, helping, because stuff coming out of me.
Yeah.
And I see all of this, and I said, well, it said death and after death.
Yeah.
If that's the closest you get, I saw it.
Yeah.
And there wasn't no pain, and so that's what I spoke at my nephew's funeral a little bit today about that. Be thankful. And I think hope and love keep you. You never lose people. You always with them, and one day we all be together.
I love it. I love it. Hey Perry, you know what? If at that point before I do a segment here.
Yeah.
And this week this segment will be brought to you by MyPillow. It's called Perry's People, right? So you understand this. So even though in the whole context they're all my people. right? And I get to share with Perry. But I call it Perry's People because I need a connection, and you understand, as busy doing different things, there's a point of contact. So we started this. We started this thing with a connection with our fans, and I want. This is so apropos. I'm on Perry to read this, but I'm going to read. So here at Grind Time, we're proud to announce the fine folks at MyPillow are on board with the team. Right now, you can get 2 MyPillows for the very low price of $69.98, but only if you use the promo code DMAC. Or go to MyPillow.com and pick up a new set of Giza sheets or a MyPillow dog bed. My dogs love theirs. Just make sure to use your promo code DMAC when you're checking out. I know Billy Felsner ordered a dog bed. He said it was going to be there soon. So, Billy, if you're listening, bro,
He's listening,
Dog,
yeah.
Tell
That's a good
Perry he
deal.
got his dog bed. So this is Perry's People, version 1, and I will hand it over to the co-host of Grind Time with Darren McCarty, Mr. Perry Vellucci.
Well, thank you, Mac. So this is from one of our listeners, Alonzo Turner, and he sent an email to me the other day, and he said, I'm a former soldier and squad leader in an infantry platoon. I wrote a piece for the boys from a warrior's perspective, and I would like Grind Time to deliver this message. I know Mac has a warrior mentality, and he can relate.
And Willie, too. So,
And absolutely.
There's no better place than have a soldier, and this is the stuff, and I know that this is the power thing, because it's connection to people, right? Why are we more alike than we are different? And go, sorry.
And this was, Willie was speaking earlier about trust and having that warrior mentality. And so this is what he wrote. He wrote, the infantryman's creed. I am the infantry. I am my country's strength in war, her deterrent in peace. I am the heart of the fight, wherever, whenever. I carry America's faith and honor against her enemies. I am the queen of battle. I am for what my country expects me to be, the best trained soldier in the world. In the race for victory, I am swift, determined, and courageous, armed with a fierce will to win. Never will I fail my country's trust. Always I fight on, through the foe, to the objective, to triumph over all. If necessary, I will fight to my death. By my steadfast courage, I have won more than 200 years of freedom. I yield not to weakness, to hunger, to cowardice, to fatigue, to superior odds, for I am mentally tough, physically strong, and morally straight. I forsake not my country, my mission, my comrades, my sacred duty. I am relentless. I am always there, now and forever. I am the infantry. Follow me.
Wow.
Huh?
Wow.
Oh, Willie, I mean, this is what
That was sent by who?
that was by Alonzo Turner.
Well, no, give him his rank. What's his?
He's a platoon leader. That's all
Platoon
that's,
leader,
yeah.
right?
He-
I'll be down in Fort Benning this coming Wednesday.
oh my gosh, is that, I mean,
Yeah, that's beautiful.
yeah.
That's
just
beautiful. That's beautiful.
Strength, the courage, and that's what Warriors mentality, athletes, you professional athletes have that. You brought you both championships to the city of Detroit. You know, I mean, you are the people of Detroit, both of you.
Well, that's in people's.
We're
that's
one,
us.
but we're one of them.
Many.
We're
One of-
one
yes,
of many
yes,
of,
but still.
of them and stuff. Back to one of my questions to you, and I know that you were never like there was no fear in facing anybody or whatever. But who did you have the toughest time against?
Well, you know, I looked at when I had to face people.
Yeah.
And I think my dad set the tone for me when I was young. He told me never get in a habit that I like this guy and that don't like this guy.
Okay.
Because sometimes you get ready to cut the light bulb on, you like it, don't come on, then what? So what I did, I learned how to respect all pitchers. And he said every pitcher that go on that mound, he couldn't get out there unless he's a big league pitcher. So you put him in there. That's what got me into studying on each and every one of them. So you had some that give you trouble. I had maybe 4 that hit me, got me ready for the league, like Louis Tion.
Yeah.
You had McNally, and you had Fergie Jenkins, and Gaylord Perry taught me about sinker ball pitchers.
Right.
Because I learned that he wasn't throwing sinker ball. He was getting you out with this, and I learned how to move up on the box, move in the box.
And wait
So he
for
got
it.
me ready for other pitchers.
Yeah.
That said he throw a sinker ball. I was seeing the other night the guy throwing sinker ball, everybody getting in the same spot. I said, wow. So I thought
That's little things that you see. See, I watch the game and I see things, but hockey's changed more. And even though baseball's changed, but it's that individuality of somebody, because back in the day, wouldn't somebody on the if you saw something for Stanley and whatever, and you bring it up, say, hey, you know, this guy's moved to first or this guy's this. You guys are always talking. We're always talking
Exactly.
too, right? I think that
You don't have that.
communication in the game.
You have to, son.
That's what great teams do. You look at this Astros team, they communicate. This Nationals team, they communicate.
I take the little second baseman.
Oh,
I saw him
Altuve?
I saw him make 3 or 4 adjustments in the last week. I saw the one I made me went to the high.
Yeah.
Was making the decision. Last week, they gave him that hole. He got off the plate, and he made up his mind he gonna hit that hole, and his stride is right there, swing there, right through the hole.
And
That started it.
yeah.
That's what started. And I tell people, just them a little thing like that starts things. And I think he's setting a tone that I know he have so much respect in Cabrera.
Yeah.
Because they born in the same city, about 3 blocks from each
Okay.
other.
Okay.
And everything he do, he growing, trying to get to this height, and then he don't understand he's there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's a big dog in a little.
Oh man,
unit.
he just don't. And
He's 5'6", and he's one of the best high fastball hitters in the game.
Ooh, I mean,
He flat race.
That's incredible.
And I think, but he's and I think that you saw last night he
you see
got
how
a
he
little too excited.
See, he go over and the third baseman took his bat.
Yeah.
You see him had his arm around it. That's what
Yeah.
you call team understanding, giving him a little wisdom. Son, you don't do that.
Yeah.
And so, but I'm saying, well, we saying that, this guy will get knocked down. This man in the dugout took him and said, hey, no.
Yeah. Which goes a long way because that's the respect. Now you're still going to get knocked down, but you know what? It's been taken care of and it's seen by the other team because there's a respect.
And he apologized the next day, too.
I saw that.
Bregman.
And then this other young boy, he gonna be a stallion.
Soto?
Soto.
Oh.
He took his and
He just said, "Hey, but he sort of gets away with it." Said he'd do it for fun because it's a retaliation,
Exactly.
right?
Oh, yeah.
So,
Exactly what it
that
was,
one,
yeah.
even though he's 21, whatever, because that's for all his old guys,
Exactly.
right? Because speak on that because for the Washington guy to do that, it comes double back with the combination because that's all the veterans on his team going, yeah, kid, yeah, give it, because sticking up for your team.
And
that's-
Martin is a Hall of Fame pitcher.
Yeah, Pedro?
He's from the same hometown,
Yeah.
country. You don't think he done lead in his butt?
Oh, yeah. Because that's a big thing, too, as far as in baseball, right? As far as if you know, where you're from or you have some
Exactly.
connection more to...
Well, I tell you, over in Venezuela, Dominica,
Yeah.
I came out of retirement, played 3 years manual in Venezuela.
Do you like it?
And yes, one of my players got hurt, and I started playing with the bat again, running till I get with somebody, and I started having fun, and that's how I came out of retirement.
That's
Thank you,
awesome.
Felipe Lou.
Oh, yeah, Felipe Lou,
He
yeah.
called Cialis,
Montreal.
and I said, Fleek said, you don't play no more. He called Cialis, and that's how I went there.
Wow.
And I tell you what, I end up asking for a rookie contract. That contract ended up the best contract my whole career.
Really?
Just want to play baseball.
Yeah.
Wow.
Love of the game.
And
Love of the fans.
I never forget that, thanks to Danny Kaye, the owner.
Yeah.
He said, that man, I remember Mr. O'Brien and Lou Gorman thought, what you mean, you up to something? I said, I just want a rookie contract. I said, but if I don't feel what I got here, I want to walk away.
Right.
And Danny Kaye turned around and said, that man played all them years, 15 years. Y'all put something together, and that thing ended up a better contract my whole career.
I love it.
Wow.
That's awesome.
I mean, it's unreal.
And you had fun.
Just want to play, and with a young team.
Love of the game.
Rufus Jones, Danny Myers, and all them young boys.
Oh, jeez, man.
I
Those
mean,
are
that-
names.
and you like a coach.
Yeah, you're like they when I came back in 08
God.
and 09 near the end after we won the cup and I spent the time so Jimmy Howard and Abdelkader and Helmer, those are my guys because when I was in the minors they used to call me Old Graybush,
Okay.
right? You know, like, and I remember because when Drapes and Maltz and I were 21, 22. Dino Cicerelli was the 30 in his 30s, and he was like, you guys, you know what? Enjoy this while it lasts because it's going to be over real quick. And we're like, shut up, old man. And then you're the shut up, old man.
Oh, well, I tell you, it go fast. People don't realize.
People don't go real. It goes fast. Well, one of the things that I love to do, Perry, and you You're getting better, but thanks to our friends over at Cattails Golf Club. That's the 18-hole championship track in South Lyon, former home to LPGA Futures Tour, Michigan Amateur Qualifier, and more. 2 very unique nines, 1 unique golfing experience. Wetlands featured on the front. Hardwoods and native forests on the back, except after this weekend, there's probably wet everywhere and cold, and it's supposed to snow. Anyways, it's the Course Grind Time Family Place where we had our outing this year. Thanks to everybody there. Check out, they have indoor golf, so I don't know what the deal is there. I don't have the update, but check it out. They'll hook it up. That's Cattails over in South Lyon off of 9 Mile.
Yeah, yep. Hey, Willie, you were talking about the Michigan or the Heart Association, and you got an award from the Michigan Heart Association back in 1970. You saved a teammate.
Oh, yeah, talk about that.
The best
You still got this
autograph.
scar?
Autograph. I got the best autograph in the world.
Do you remember
I remember the 4th of July
4th of July?
in Milwaukee. I'll never forget that. And him and Jim Norfolk collided together.
Right.
And Jimmy running at the ball now here. And I thought about first day I learned when they used to box.
Right.
How to get the mouthpiece.
Yeah, and the tongue.
Yeah, so I had to do that, and he press in here, and you go down and use this as a bridge. And everybody thought I'm the one hurting. I guess I was letting it out.
Oh, God, because it's clamped
Yeah,
down.
it clamped down, but I hold his tongue with my 2 fingers.
Wow.
I never forget that.
How long do you have to do that for?
Oh, till the trainer got right there, and we had a trainer, Bill Beam.
Bill Beam.
Oh, man. And so it's I got this big award from the Heart Association, and I tell Al today, I teased him. I said, I got the best autograph in the world.
That's
so,
it, dude. DNA and all.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, cheers, dude. You'd be like, hey, Al, you know what? You better behave yourself for us. I'm going to take the teeth
But I tell you about Al Kaline, he could walk across a concrete floor. You didn't hear him walk. That's when they call him the Lion. I mean, all the guys, we young. He walk, you don't hear him go by you.
Butterfly feet.
God, what kind of shoes he got? And he have cleats on, though. He be walking
Still.
and he did, everything came so easy, but he helped me set the tone, him and Stanley in the outfield, because being a catcher, I had to learn how to throw from the outfield, and then
Right.
I started having a hump in my ball. I said, So I used to get the bat boy, take him out there, come on. And I go out there and throw the ball off the wall so I get this. So I used to watch Al go in right field, throw out the guy's second. To make it look so easy. I said, what are you doing? So I just started paying attention. He had spots he went to. So I took the bat boy I had out in tackle, throw the ball off the concrete wall and see where the ball going. Then I started learning spots. Oh, man, that's when I told Yaz, I don't take the back second to you no more.
No.
But that's what you learn, and then what that taught me here, I learned my other field. Every time we go in town, me and Stanley North, when we go to the ballpark early, we learn field. Field would change. And we did that our whole career. People don't realize that. Some field smart managers like Stanky over with White Sox, he used to change the line. He used to set home plate crooked so the curveball would be better. I mean, they did
Those are all the little.
I remember we was in the White Sox one time, and Norm Cash hit the ball. Man, I knew I hit that good. The ball, boom, boom. They was freezing our ball when we hit. When they had the old White Sox.
Right, Kaminsky, yeah.
They bring the thing up out of the
Bunch
tunnel.
of gangsters from
And
Chicago.
so we caught the guys back in the ballroom taking our balls. We come hit, putting them in and send them to the umpire. I mean, we hit the ball, boom. So we find out, we're back in the tunnel, this guy, when Tigers hit, he take the ball out of the refrigerator. And I think, yeah, he got fined, I think, $10,000 or something like that.
Yeah, that's a lot back then, too.
But he had mine, and I mean, I've seen guys change the home plate line. Like last night, I'm thinking about the guys running line.
Yeah.
I see guys did a line so that play do work. That is the rule. I've
Right.
seen them made a line so you can run like that.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't Gurriel playing off of the wrong foot?
Well, I'd say, you talk, people don't run, your right hand hitter, you go here, you're going to have some of the grass just take off. but then you got to wing out. But I've seen some people set the line a little longer, line over here.
Right.
So you wing over, you knock over. It ain't under my phone, is it?
No.
I hope not. It's upstairs, ain't it?
Is that yours?
No.
It's not me.
Is that the house phone?
What is that?
That's
Oh, man. My jack upstairs, ain't it?
yeah, but it shouldn't ring down here.
Yeah.
I think your jacket's right there, actually.
Anyway, that's all right.
Oh, I'm
no,
gonna say,
that's
I'm
over
gonna-
there.
I feel there's a ghost in here.
Yeah,
I know we were all looking. You're all looking.
I don't know what
Is it
you
him?
You know what I'm
Is it
saying? No,
him?
it look because he's playing off of his left foot. And if your glove is on your left hand,
Yeah, but you're
you
also
should be playing off of your right
but
foot on that base
no,
to make the stretch.
No, because you're guarding in that play where the ball's coming from down the first baseline. You're guarding against the throw here. You're not stepping to it because you can't cover the wide. Is
I
that,
see
isn't
what
that right?
I see what
what
you're
it-
saying on that.
And see
but
what it is. This line got another line.
Yeah.
They could take out a lot of doubles from people because you're supposed to stay in that line that go to second.
Right. Yeah.
People swings out.
Yeah.
So I'm saying it's a judgment call, but a rule tell you about the line. But then left-handed you can do it because you're on this side. To do
Right,
it.
right.
Right-handed you got to come weave back over.
Yeah.
Right.
And but I think he kind of weaved at the last few steps over, and the ball about the same time.
Yeah.
it was a bad throw too.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, it really was.
Well, it was a bang, bang.
It
I mean,
tailed
it
into the
wasn't like
runner.
yeah, but it was,
It
dude.
is.
It was one of those that I don't even know if there was he should have made a throw.
He should have hold back because he gave up. He's setting up a big inning.
No, and it, it's funny. It's one of those things that you're like, oh, he shouldn't have done it. Yeah, he should have done it because he was out, but then he should have done it. They got a 2-run jack. You
But
don't
then
know.
they go back down. They say, "I wish they'd have called the play."
Right.
Right. Well, they also said that in a case like that, you want to throw into the runner because they're going to call it.
Right, yeah.
They're going to call interference.
That goes back to the throw you made on Lou Brock at home plate.
Okay.
When I watched that again, that umpire, he made a great call, and there was,
he was
no
great
no
there.
video review. That call would have.
He right there.
I mean, but for him to make that call,
It's
the
just that.
right
It's
call.
just that breaking that stride made him not want to slide, and that's what made it. If he done broke his stride, we had to kill the second.
Yeah, if he slid, I mean, it was still.
So-
Hey, I love karma, and I preach health and wellness here, and everybody knows my involvement with Pink Canada. Just you can see the pictures on the DarrenMcCarty.com and up at Facebook and the Instagram account. Got big things coming. Show pictures from up there, but in the meantime, anybody's looking for information, but where to go for the THC CBD? Well, that's our friends at Herbal Active. URBALACTIV.com.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Or no worries, herbalactive.com. Use code DMAC25 for 25% off. That's can get educated on what we use here in the family, from tinctures to rubs to topicals to mints. Get educated. Help with your pain, your sleep, your appetite. Again, here at DarrenMcCarty.com, we're here to answer questions. What do you mean by that? I'm not here to argue. So, sorry, Willie, what were you saying?
No, I'm saying they got one run. This is the game right now.
Gurriel hit a solo shot. What inning we in?
second.
Second inning. The second and third, Scherzer
We got 2 outs.
2 out. So hey, Willie, right here, right now, right? If you're at bat right here, are you thinking you can just break this game open? Like, what's the hitter Springer's thinking here?
Well, right now, Springer got a good setup. He used the whole plate. He got it, and when it started from the rear, so that's when you see him all the time jump on a fast one.
Yeah.
He can cover anything because when he stride inside ball, he's here, and that make the bat go here. See, he ain't striving like this and the bat go around.
Right.
He's striving this here and this flexibility.
So would that
here.
be like straight to the ball, more than loop to the ball?
Yeah, exactly. Your eyes coming straight at it. But he's dangerous.
Oh.
One of the danger. Remind me of Barry Bonds' dad.
Really?
Bobby
Just
Bonds,
because.
lead off hitter.
Now, would it be
Okay.
because of the just the eye, or just because of quick hands? Is that?
Well, he got a good foundation.
So it's like golf.
Yeah, see, people don't realize hitting is more like this stay back, upper body. A lot of people say stay back here all the way you jump. The upper body stay, this go and you read. It's just like throwing a ball. And you read. And I think that's what makes things better.
Oh, God. He drilled it to the left, and he Soto snow-coned it. Wow.
Did it? I didn't see. Did it handcuff him?
No, it was a bullet, and
boy.
That's a good play.
that was a really good play.
It's a big play.
Look, he hit it
That's a
hard.
huge play.
Yeah. All right, Gurriel, 1-0. So what are your plans in the next little future? You said you're
Well, I'm leaving Wednesday, going down to Fort Bennett, and over the weekend, and I'm leaving there on 11, going up to Atlanta and spending time with a couple of ball players.
I love it.
You have Travers and Nicole.
Well,
So what is your current role with the
Well,
team?
my ride, actually, I'm more like advisor to things. And actually, we got coaches, and I try to give them advice. I come up in an era that I'll never go around a coach. I respect the coach.
Absolutely.
And so what I do, they know what I'm going to do. Before, that's just like when I used to coach years ago, I said, well, I remember you say build trust. Mm-hmm. I had to go visit Jose Canseco's mom to get him believe in me. Just visiting, calling from his house, mother's house in Miami to Arizona. I said, turn him loose. He never looked back. I remember going to University of Minnesota visiting Silback. He was out All-American third baseman. We changed him to a catcher. So I'm saying that a way you get the best out of a guy and put it on their mind, and they trust you because I tell every player that the scout signed, they've been playing ball or hockey since they were a little boy. They already know how to play. So we as development coaches, sometimes we go too direct. We need to kind of back off, go indirect, and help them grow to their own ability. Because they can take their own a long way. And that's my theory, and reason I speak that because when I say here, I say it to them. And I said, I would say it to Chris, I said to anyone. It's important for each individual to live his career. And I hate to see any kid get cheated. And it's a danger point there because sometimes you go too direct, you indirect blackmailing them to do things that they can't do. They'll try everything because they don't want, first of all, a player that wants to, well, I don't want them to say I don't listen.
Right.
Well, sometimes you be telling the players to do things, he already learned it with his dad or his little league coach or his college coach. So if you had to go visit them people who get that will, you should do that. And that's what my commitment when I started coaching years ago, and that's the same approach I take now. I let them know this is what I think. Back off, because it's about him. It's about each one of them kids. They should have opportunity. And when you see a team do that, that's when the team excel.
Yep.
That's what you're seeing over here in them two teams. You let them play.
Yeah.
No
better words spoken here at Grind Time or in Mike Walter's house ever.
Yes.
Ever.
Good
so
stuff.
so I have, what do I have going on? Friday I have comedy in Howell. I will see everybody there. Derek Bartlett's joining me. Very funny guy. I think I got something Saturday. I know I don't have
Yeah,
comedy.
you were saying that.
But I can't remember. But I got Sunday. I know Mark's sitting over here. Sunday I'm going to be with Mark and Taylor, right?
Chris Newbert. Saturday.
Maybe that was.
He's in Waterford.
Yeah, maybe I was going to his show. I don't know. But you check out everything at DarrenMcCarty.com. Grind Time with Darren McCarty. Grind Time, DMAC25 on Twitter. A lot of big things coming here for Grind Time, and I'm not telling you any of them today. So you'll have to stick
Next
around.
week show?
Next week's show, Dip Cup and the fellas, Duncan and the fellas from Wayne County Life. You've seen the promo. This is going to be fun. I'm having some guys in next week that you got to check out Wayne County Life. They play characters, but it's hilarious. And we're going to have a fun time. So, Perry, Mike, as always, thank you. Mark, thank you as always. And I will see you Sunday. And Mr. Willie Horton,
Thank you, Willie.
always a pleasure.
Absolutely.
And
Thank you.
thank you for, you're my guy, and anything
I'll be back.
you lead the way.
All
You know
right,
what? You
yes.
definitely will, because we'll definitely have you in, and
Yeah.
I'd love to, because you'll be down in spring training. You'll be
Exactly.
telling us all the good, juicy details going on with the Tigers.
coming up for
Look forward.
2020.
Exactly. All right, guys. That'll be another show for tonight. That's Grind Time with Darren McCarty. This is he. And remember, no matter how many times you fall down, get your ass back up. That's Grind Time. We're out.